Welcome to the Unmasked Men Roundtable. Men honoring all men. No masks, no pretending, no perfect people. Just real conversations, real growth, and real faith. Let's meet our hosts. Cortez Mack, Rui Stevens II, Emil Bryant. Commentators, Randall Smith, Chris Furlow, Williams Daniels, EDK, Brandon Kemp, founder and producer, Lamarck J. Thomas. All right, let's get into it.
All right, welcome to the the Unmasked Round Table. The Unmasked Men's Round Table. Tonight we are here and we are live and we are here on the set. I'm hoping and grateful for all of you that are attending on tonight. We're happy to have you to be a part with us, and we certainly hoping that you enjoyed this round table on tonight. We are moving aggressively tonight. We're going to introduce you to the host that's on. Let's bring him on. I'll tell you, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring the host on right now. This man is the man of the man, Mr. Cortez Mack. Yeah. Mr. Cortez Mack is with us on tonight, and he's going to give us an introduction here about the show, and then we will continue to move forward as we move forward. Come on, Mr. Cortez, man. Come on, introduce yourself to the people and tell the people all about and where we're going. And then we're going to start bringing in the commentators that are waiting in the back room.
What's going on, sir? It's a pleasure to be on this platform tonight, and I appreciate you actually coming to host, but I'm just a guest this time. Uh, I'm just for this filmmaker and just a cat. Just love Eric. I love uplifting me. That's it. That's it.
Oh, all right, he's a little choppy tonight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with him. He's a little choppy tonight, but we heard. I hope you heard what he's saying. He's into it. He loved the show basically, and he's ready for the show coming. Now we're gonna bring in the commentator. We're getting ready to bring in Mr. Randall Smith. We're getting ready to bring in Brandon Kemp. We're getting ready to bring in this fella right here. This fella right here, y'all, Christopher Fellow. This fella right here.
We
This is our first night tonight, and we're going to be working with the topic of men honoring men. That's what we're going to be working with tonight. Why men do not honor men. Uh, it is my understanding as we move into this show tonight uh, that feminism has been one of the main things that have destroyed men, male. Now, I want women to understand, but then I want men to understand as well. There's a difference between a male and a man. That's two different. Just because you are a male, it doesn't make you a man. You have to earn your way of being a man. The man is the man that deals with accountability, man that deals with responsibility. He doesn't have feelings because if he's mad or if he's angry, he still has an obligation to do a duty. Uh, Female have feelings, and we all know as men, they can get in their position and they don't want to do nothing. They can get upset, they can get angry, they could be. We know how this works. If you're a male, you don't have to be a man. If you're a male and you deal with a female, you understand the true position of a female and a woman. They can be something serious. So tonight we're going to work with that, and we have Dr. Brian. He's with us right now. He's actually listening. He's actually traveling. He's with us, so he will be on shortly. He's listening and he's hearing. We just had Dr. Rui Stevens to jump in. He's one of the hosts of this network here, and Dr. Stevens and Dr. Matt are the two hosts with Dr. Emil. I want to hear from the three of you after after this statement, then we'll start the commentators to respond. We're going to start with Dr. Matt, and then we'll move forward.
Great, gentlemen. Appreciate you all joining in tonight. And just to jump right in, uh, listen, the foundation of what we want to discuss or bring to the forefront is on First Peter, second, second chapter, 17 verse. And it says, honor men, love the brother, fear God, honor. And what I just want to talk there to be a subject of this round and potentially furthermore is that uh, me, I don't know where I have fallen off, but somewhere down the line, the scripture tells us first three words, honor all men. And this for us to understand because we got to do that. And a work thing that has all this state that we have captured from a different perspective is that uh, we've been faithful for that a man is an agreeable man if he doesn't do certain things. Like to me, that's the most foolish thing in the world. Nobody can determine, neither one of us how valuable we are to man. And I find it interesting that taking that perspective from a counterpart, now we are recognizing men if they don't. The money, the contact, the title, all these things. And I love it as for discussion tonight, according to the word of God, honor all men. Instead of coming to a place that we're always feeling like we're competing for a competitive. We sit off the room and always think that the doctor has to be up. And I would say it's okay to celebrate the man for when it's perceived to be celebrated. The mistake, okay, most times we don't get celebrated what? Father's Day, which is intelligent, birthday, if you're married, probably in anniversary somewhere. But as a man, too, we really don't know how, or we fall along this following the man concept. We should have this wisdom that most men don't celebrate for what we do for others. And I don't know who told men that the road down the way told us not to receive. So when it comes to this occasion, what we're constantly saying, oh, I don't want to receive. When we always ask what we want, we always say, oh no. Then we have the moment of people are constantly telling men that it's wrong, we don't receive. So just want to start there for discussion. How do we get back to a proper path of just honoring men? That's all we talk about. I do display with this whole male versus man thing. That we create the hope and we take what the work is and we start taking that thing from the pulpit, move it, and that's not. But anyway, y'all, I'm throwing it over tonight. Yeah, let's go.
We can't hear you.
For me,
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
can't hear
no,
you,
no.
my brother.
You're a little
We,
choppy.
we don't hear
Tom,
right. We don't hear everybody. Our main speaker, we don't hear him.
Yeah. Can well, I'm saying good evening to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, thank you. Because just trying to make sure that we can um, have with audible reception because
Okay.
sometimes it's kind of hard to hear. Like I was listening to Mr. Mack, I heard a few things kind of choppy.
Right.
So if anyone else can kind of uh, preface or give a summary of what he was leading with, it it'll give us a good running start in terms of how to drive and where we're headed.
I think he was dealing with Psalms, with dealing men, honoring men to the book of Psalms. I did hear that part.
Okay.
That's what he was dealing with Psalms, dealing with men, honoring men. Why we don't build each other up, and the security of us helping one another, being the a pillar to each other. Is pretty much what I gather what he was saying at that moment. We're having some technical issues here with him chopping. I don't have an idea, but let's try to move forward in spite of the tech problem that we have here.
Well, here's what we need to do. We all really understand where Brother Mac is coming from,
Right.
and can I am I being
Go
heard
ahead. Go
clearly?
ahead. Go ahead.
I can hear you.
Okay. So I know Brother Mac's heart, and I know where he's
Right.
coming from,
Right.
and so the biggest thing is, as men, we are conforming to society in some cases, not all cases, but in
Right.
some cases. And I
Right.
know that's where he was going with some of it, what he was going with. But at the end of the day, we've gotten away from being who we are, who we
Right.
were raised to be, what we were taught to be, and we're conforming to what the world wants from us. And now I know I don't want to step on no toes, but I'm gonna add to Brother Mac in my own version,
Right.
and I'm gonna say that from time to time, men don't want to look weak or
Right.
soft,
Right.
so
Right.
we're afraid to step out there on faith and be who we really should be.
Right. Right.
That doesn't mean we got to be all brawn and brash and want to beat folks down, but we had to come to them with the intellect that we do have. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't use that intellect that we should have
Right.
because, we want to conform to the masses.
Right.
Unfortunately, you have some brothers on here that don't believe in conforming to the masses because we believe in standing up for who we are. Now,
Right.
at the end of the day, I love Brother Mac as a brother. That's my brother. And
Right.
and we met the way we are talking right now. This is how we met.
Indeed.
Being honest with each other, being honest with how we feel, our walk with our faith, what we believe in as far as marriage. Now,
Right.
don't get me wrong. It's a lot of times, and I'll be the first to admit, we grab them fingers. No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. It's just not for that tonight. We ain't gonna do that. But what we gonna do is,
Egg right for a little. Egg right for a little.
I'll probably put my hands up. But what we want to do is we want to piggyback on what Brother Mac was talking about,
Right. Right.
and I'm throwing that word about conforming
Right.
to the masses, conforming to what the world expects from us, and that's not what we need to do. And unfortunately, we really forgot
Right.
where, if I'm saying this correctly, to a degree we kind of got away from where we came from,
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
what we stand for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean I say a lot of these things, but I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it on this platform. And we are an endangered species.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
The strong, being the strong black men that we are endangered,
That's
and we're feared and hated in a lot of ways that we shouldn't be,
right.
even by our own, and that's unfortunate.
Right.
I don't want us to conform to the masses. I want us to be honest, and we need to bring back some of the things that our families and our forefathers stood for,
Right.
because
Good. It's good. It's good.
that's what we really need.
That's right.
So that's my 10 cents on that.
If, if I can add something, I would go as far to say that a lot of it is simply not conforming, but it is also we've been socially conditioned
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, oh.
Yeah, he went
because
there.
when you look at when you say masses consist of how do we gather and receive our intel.
Right,
That's why I appreciate brother Thomas. He is launching his own his own media, which means you can dictate and determine image. You can dictate and determine narratives
right,
because the TV, the radios, the talk shows, the movies, the sitcoms, conforming, but a lot of that is social conditioning. And you're saying to be who we are assigned to be, who we were called to be, um, being a rare species is almost as if you were condemned for being born with an XY chromosome because we don't emote the same way our counterparts emote.
right,
Um, that is imperative. So, what is the correct way? And when you are conditioned to believe that the correct way is number
Mm-hmm.
one outside of God, and number two outside of the primary and framework and functioning that God has given you.
Mm-hmm.
So to now be correct is to resemble and mirror your counterpart. It's to think in alignment as your counterpart. Those are just my thoughts.
that's some serious bullshit there. That's some
Man, that
Mm-hmm.
was wonderful. I mean, listen,
Well
we ain't here
done,
to bash
definitely.
each other. We here to support each other. So
exactly
I receive everything you said because I'm not going to say we're going to always say things totally
Correct.
correctly. Let me say it like that.
right.
But we can add on to add on. And I just want to add to what you were saying. When I meant the masses, I meant the way the mind. I'm going back to what you said. It's the mindset. If you
Absolutely.
think about it, for years, we all had what the crab mentality.
That's it.
Grabbing the
We,
barrel.
we, we, we we don't reach back to pull each other up. We look at if I get ahead, like you were just saying, he got this network. Think about it. How many people even realize that he has this network?
That's right.
I mean, we didn't realize it until we talked to Brother Mac. And then when we talked to him, what, within the last a week and a half, and we made this thing is wonderful.
Right,
Yeah.
I commend him. I tell Brother Mac all the time. Let me stand let me stand in the shadow. Let me grab your bag
We.
because I
Oh
know you
yeah.
going somewhere with your steps, and
yeah,
he's stepping
Yes,
into
sir.
another
yeah.
direction.
That's
So this is exactly what you're saying, but we can't conform to. We have to think about how we were conditioned,
right,
because if you think about it, so many of us are afraid to reach back and help another brother.
right.
Why are we
Mm-hmm.
doing that? Because if I help him, he may go further. I can care less, and that
I'm going with
and I'm
it. I'm going with
and
it.
I'm not. I'm sorry. Say it again, sir.
I said I'm going with it. If he going further, I'm going with him. I'm gonna keep
There
pushing.
it is.
it,
Go
it,
by
it-
the
it's a
coattail. Go by the
it's such
coattail.
a benefit.
Right,
It's a benefit because there's something that I may know that you may not know, and
right,
if I can help you, that's
right,
going to get us to the next level. And that's the one sad thing that I realized with so many of us. So
right,
so that's adding on to what you were saying. I don't disagree with nothing you said.
right,
I commend every word that you said, and I'm going to. Hey, I had to take my own notes just listening to you because now I know. Okay, I like the way I worded it, but I even like the way you worded it.
And I was in.
So that's adding to,
because
because we got to learn from each other.
that's
Because
it.
sometimes we don't know it all, and
That's
that's the
it.
one thing, and that's I think that's what we are afraid of.
Right,
We're afraid to like say, "Hey, you know what? I may not understand. Can you help me?" So
That's
right,
that's the
right.
reason why we can't uplift each other sometimes. Because I mean, going back to the topic, that's one reason. I would say, because we're afraid, like, oh, if I uplift him, am I gonna look weak? Because I'm gonna tell you something. I believe in uplifting my brothers. If
Yeah.
it's something that I know, and everybody that knows me will tell you, hey, that brother right there, he'll help you. Even if even if I lose out on something,
It costs
I'm gaining because I got God.
you. Right, right.
And God has got my heart. My heart, I know what God put
Yeah.
in my heart to do to support my brothers.
That's right.
So I got to get off my soapbox. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, you good,
But
Chris. You good, bro. But I
may I
want to give
chime
my
in,
little two
brother?
cents. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Me being from in the pastoral mode, all I can say, brothers, is prayer is needed.
Right.
So many men have been ostracized, uh, taken down. I've seen some stuff that I said, Lord, what are we doing? Uh, and brothers, we really got to get on top of it because the young men that are behind us,
Yeah.
they're watching.
That's it.
And I've heard people. One brother said he was a player and all this. That doesn't make it. It doesn't make good.
Right.
We were men created by God to serve, to love on our brother, and just as you brothers have said, cover our home. Uh, so now God is depending on us
Right.
to follow suit. Um, and this gentleman up here, sir, you're a bad man, Doc. You just walked on straight through the grass. So what I'm trying to say, brethren, is it's time to get to it. And this outreach here, sir, Thomas,
Uh-huh.
you're opening up for a big blessing. And I told you, sir, I support you, my brother. And that rich guy named Cortez Mack,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
man, he's gonna blow you. He's gonna take you somewhere, but you can't leave us poor brothers nowhere. And
I,
so
I I'm carrying you with
I
me
say, I say, I'm saying that at bro Furlough, I'm stepping down, but let's link up, brothers, so we can build something.
now. Right.
We gotta do greater than
Right.
what we seeing now.
Right. Right.
All right,
I'm
all
done.
right. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. Real quick, before I get started, I want to salute every man that's on this panel. First and foremost, for being God-fearing brothers,
Yes,
for
sir.
being husbands, for being fathers, for being active in their children's lives. I want to give you your flowers while you're still here because that's something that we don't do as men. We don't salute. We don't uplift as we're supposed to. Now, a lot of that has been like we've already spoke on social conditioning. That is done by design in order to hinder us from being, or let me say, stop us from being reaching our greatness because we are already great because God created us in His image and likeness. So we are already great in that regard. But we still have a lot of work to do for our young brethren. I'm probably the youngest brother on this panel, and I commend all you brothers for stepping in the gap and trying to uh, show other brethren how to walk the walk and talk the talk. And I
Yes,
commend
sir.
you all for that. My little two cents is like Chris said, and like Brother Mac has said, we've lost sight of our family values, you know what I'm saying, as far as the Sunday dinners, Big Mama being in the house cooking up some greens and frying some chicken and some black eyed peas or some red beans and rice. Not trying to make you brothers hungry, but you remember how that Sunday supper was when you with your old timers that talked to you. They didn't talk at you, they talked to you. They uplifted you. And that's what we're missing in our society today is that structural, value, and cultural system. We are missing that. And we got to
Come
bring it
on.
back because it's missing. And we are losing our youth because they have no sense of direction because they feel like they can't be heard, they can't be talked to, or they being talked to a certain type of way because they're feeling disrespected.
Right.
We all need to sharpen our iron and be a little bit more vulnerable to listening because our young people are struggling and losing sight of reality because they don't have an outlet.
Right.
We as the older and brethren should be able to say, you know what, young fella, come here, let me talk to you, man. Let me get you, let me school you on this,
Hmm.
and continue to uplift these young people because they need it. They're struggling. They're fighting a different battle than we what we understand right now. I'm a little emotional because I'm a former coach, former park district employee in the Chicagoland area, and I lost a lot of kids in my journey, but I still survived and keep on pushing. I'm still trying to bridge the gap between the young and the old because we need our young people to change because the direction that they're heading is probably to their own demise.
Hmm.
All right, that's my little soapbox. I'll get off here for a moment. Y'all go ahead, brother.
So this is again, I keep iterating because I want the audience to know this is our first night, and I enjoyed you, Mr. Kemp. I really did enjoy you.
Yeah.
From a younger man perspective and standpoint, I really did enjoy you. This is our first night, so our topic tonight: men building men. That's our topic tonight, and it's open. On our next show, we will have a increments of topic that will be head on attack. So we're just settling in, just like you all are settling in with us. And we want you to reach someone and let them know we're on the air. You can watch us by way of television, Roku, Apple Fire TV, Prime. We're everywhere. If you have your smart devices, you can download them to the television, download them in your car. We are on your radio. We're everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you can find us, look for us. We are simply there. So you can find us there, and you can actually communicate by writing in the timeline, by chatting. You can tap in that way. And when you tap in, you can ask your question and it will display across the screen. So we can address it when the time comes by. So be a part. We don't want you to just sit and listen. We want
Mm-hmm.
you to be a part because it's going to take us that's on this platform plus you to
Come
help
on.
turn this situation around. I
Mm-hmm.
want to make that real clear. I want you to know it's gonna take all of us. It's not a one man show here. We're all in here in here as a net, and we're here to build. How to build a man? What is the first step? And I'm talking to the hosts here, and then we'll have the commentators to come back. What is the first step that is necessary for us to take to start turning this situation around with the men in the community?
Man,
That's either one of the hosts can jump at that. We have two of them on here at the moment. So which one of you can just jump in and start talking? I ain't gonna say who go first. We're gonna just let you jump in. So which one?
listen, that that's the easy request. That's the easy response. And and the first thing we need to do, or we should do, to make it easy to navigate in the community, which the Bible tells us that the harvest is great, but the labor are few.
Right.
But in order to go into the harvest, the first thing we got to do is get delivered from ourselves and get the instructions to go and get strategy on how we need to do it. Quite a step. I've been doing host and basketball events for over 30 years, bringing all men of ages to the court, not playing basketball for mentorship. I've been hosting men, both out backyard fellowships, all these things. And when we do these things, we don't realize that's why I believe it's so important that when we do things as men, we have to do it in open. Most men fellowship are hidden, meaning in the church, somewhere where other men can't see. The Bible says, let our light shine before men so they can see, so they can see the good work.
Right.
But most men, and if we look into the climate of the church, everything that's happening, let me use this on stage, is closed up. And even when you look at the church, there's exclusion from the pulpit to the musician for just the regular men in the church.
Mm.
So the regular men don't have nothing. The cat on the block have because everybody who claims to be higher up, they're, they're keeping that to themselves and they're excluding the rest. I've been in ministry quiet for 35 years and no one would ever know because I don't walk around here in no church club.
Right.
If we don't walk the street, if we don't walk the block, how can we be a light for men?
True.
We keep going to church talking to the same people. We keep having family functions talking to the same family members.
Mm-hmm.
We keep going to the workshop and keep talking to the same group. We have to expand, expand our territory, go into places where people don't know you, and create a fellowship,
Mm.
create new friends, connect. That's why I love what God has given me to do in this thing world. I mean, so many people who wait to hear something different. We don't realize a lot of times we're repeating ourselves, and we should get bored repeating ourselves because repetition is not being effective to nobody. There should be a word that each one of your gentlemen should say that should affect our. It should be encouraged. It should touch our. And that's the way we need to be on the block. I did this one time. I'm landing. I was on the block and I said, "Fella, I don't know y'all. I'm busy with somebody. Let's go play softball. Do you know how quick cats got together? They even went to go to Walmart to buy bait. And you know how much fun it brought to that community.
Mm-hmm.
We the difference. We just got to know that we are. And I land right there. Can you hear me?
Hey, grab me one too.
To 50 years with my best friend and my soulmate.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. When you gotta get it done, one sheet is all you need. And Bounty is 50% more absorbent so you can use less and get the job done with one.
You've got a bit of your face on your face.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Oh yeah. You're looking at one of the newest reasons to love Red Lobster. New seafood boils, turning Crab Fest into a crab feast. That's the look of real happiness. Served daily only at Red Lobster.
All right, we are back. We are back. We had to pay those bills. We are back. Definitely, we heard much as we can from one of the hosts, Mr. Cortez Mack. Very enlightening and very loving words concerning men building men. We're not going to hear from Dr. Stevens, and we're going to hear his point of the first steps as well. Then we're going to go to the commentators, and they're going to antagonize their statements. All right, come on, Dr. Stevens, and give us what you have.
I want to commend um, Brother Court, Brother Matt. He dealt with uh, our belief system and that foundation. So I would like to piggyback off of that foundational, that where where our faith lies.
What is it?
That is there. Faith is there. What we believe and express living out of what we do believe. And number two is our finances.
Mm.
It's our finances. Um, you, we speak in terms. I heard Brother Kim talking about the young generation and things of that sort. If if some people don't see tangible success, they are not going to believe you understand how to get to that destination. So how do we pull our resources? What we doing in terms of building, developing, and achieving? Um, how is that going to? How does that look? And along with that, how will we be able to have some of our concerns, some of the things that grab our attention, the things that affect us? How can we use our numerical count along with our faith and our finances to to impress upon legislators and those in political offices? These are some of our concerns.
Mhm. So, all right, commentators, 'cause we're dealing with some very choppy situations here. But we heard what we heard. Let's make sense of it and keep going. And this is what we do as men. We work under broken conditions. So, commentators, and what little bit that you heard, step in and give me your thoughts on it.
Well, one of the things that I can say, um, one of the things that I've seen that has been a hindrance in our community is a lot of our brethren, some of the brethren on this panel, myself included, may be a part of a union organization, if you will, and have the ability to try to assist our younger people with uh, pushing them and guiding them into the right direction of learning how to become a union apprentice, if you will, whether it be plumbing, whether it be a teamster, whether it be local 150, heavy equipment operator, whatever the case may be, because we have to understand that a lot of our young people may not have the ability to be successful in the classroom, and we have to understand that there are a lot of people in this world that are not scholars, and we
Right,
have to meet people where they are.
right,
And sometimes we have to understand that, and that's how we can somewhat infringe on bridging that gap between our younger generations and the future generations, because we have to figure out what works best for them, not just ourselves, but for them, because they are the ones that have to put in the work and do the work.
right,
And so we have to find the avenues and the playing fields of what it is that their specialized abilities are in order to show them some type of success. Unfortunately, like you said, Dr. Stevens, we don't have financial backing behind us. A lot of us, and a lot of us on this panel, understand that financial illiteracy is true. We have been conditioned to be consumers instead of owners. And in that entity in itself, that is one of the biggest problems that we are facing is we don't understand the importance of financial literacy. And that is another avenue that we could probably focus on, is to teach our young people the importance of being financially responsible. So there's many ways we can come up with a solution to the problem. But again, it's just like the old saying is, we can lead you to water, but we can make you drink. So it's a matter of how we sharpen up that iron in order to provide this information to our younger generation.
and and me, here's my point from it as well. I think if we get back to the way we was created by God and what God created us for, instead of capitalizing on being the macho man, and I'm not talking about just for his body weight, bench press. I'm talking about being that man that God Himself made us to be, not chasing money, but understanding our value as of living on this earth. What are you here for? Why are we here? What were you created for? We was born for a purpose.
Yeah.
Question comes back to who am I?
Mm.
Who am I as a male? Forget about all the attributes, the cosmetics of having a car, having the house, the jewelry, the wife, the kids. Who are you without that before anything of that nature comes into your life? Who are you as a male? What are your identification? What are you preparing to do in your life? Are you ready for the future?
Mm.
What is the future for you? I shouldn't have to be a man to tell you what is your future. I should be someone to help you with your future, not identify your future for you. And I want to make it clear to the men so tonight, your mother do not determine who you are and your future. She can only help you by stating to you that you are a male and what you should be doing and what you should not be doing as a male. But that's the furthest she can go. You have to have a male figure. I want to say that so strong tonight that you need to link up with a man around you. That's the first start. Look for a male figure, a man that is producing man behavior. Once you
Mm.
link up with that, follow close with him. Come on, Mr. Furlow. I seen you pop the lock a minute before I started talking. Pop the lock for me.
I'm going to say this, and those that know me, I'm a stickler when it comes to finances.
Right.
But I'm not going to go really, really deep in depth because I know I could. It takes a little bit to do. But let me say this, and this is an opinion. Most of us don't understand what the value of a dollar is. A
Right.
dollar is nothing. It's absolutely nothing
Right.
because we don't understand it. We don't understand the value of it. We don't even understand it how it is supposed to be utilized in the correct way. A lot of us don't sit down and have these conversations in our family, in our home. So go, BK, I'm gonna have to mess with you a little bit. BK, I can't tell you the last time I sat down with all my kids and my wife and had a Sunday dinner.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't remember the last time that I did that with my mother, or with my father. And I'm 55 years old. I'll be 56 this year. So I'm not going to say that it's a horrible thing. I'm just going to say that in a lot of ways it didn't happen.
Right.
Now,
Mm.
when it comes to finances, I guarantee most households are not having the conversation. I would say I would probably go out and say maybe 40, maybe 50%. I'll just be nice and say 50% of households do not talk about money.
Right.
So the value of money doesn't make sense. Oh, I mean, most of the young kids, and I'll use my kids. Let me talk about my kids. All my kids are adults. They look at the clothes they want to buy. They go out and they buy the liquor. They buy weed. They buying food. They ain't thinking about tomorrow. They
Mm.
thinking about right now, today. So when he brought up finances, brother Stevens, Dr. Stevens, I'll tell you the truth. Finances don't mean nothing to a lot of young people. They don't
Nope.
value finances because they don't value what it is to have. Matter of fact, my niece put something out on Facebook. She's, and her statement. I'm just say this, and I'm gonna let you jump in, Steve. She said, "Is I need two full-time jobs just to pay my bills." That was her statement. She needed two full-time jobs to pay her bills. So when you talk about finances, man, finances is woo wee.
And,
Go
and
ahead.
I think one of the things that is so harmful and is beginning to be even more dreadful, we've learned how to live vicariously through what we see on social media, on TV, and
Woo!
on all those things. Now,
This right here. This
we
right
are
here.
not intrigued by that, but that comes from us taking not only that word that we love to use and we hear it everywhere called responsibility, but it's also a word called authority. We
Okay.
have to have responsibility because we have the responsibility. But responsibility without authority is just another recipe for abuse.
That's good.
That's
That's
all it
good.
is. So we do have that responsibility, and the responsibility of showing and and embedding through
Mhm.
that segment that we are responsible for. That I don't care what they have. We don't care what they're wearing. We don't care what they're buying. Money is a tool. How are we going to use this tool? How are we going to use the tool?
That's
And
real.
so, we don't the bare basic of money before we get into the technical aspect of it, of knowing that money is earned. And we'll dismiss that earning component because we are drenched with entitlement.
Yes, sir.
And so, if I'm always giving you, I don't care how strong of a lion you are. If you've been in an environment and in an area to where I'm bringing you fresh antelope, I'm bringing you fresh buffalo, I'm bringing this to you. You have all of the strength, you have the roar, you have all of that, but you've never hunted. You have the strength, the roar, and all of the physical frameworks of a lion, but when you have to face that jungle, you starve because we live in an entitlement mind era that said, I know what I deserve. You don't deserve anything you didn't earn. You don't deserve this dollar if you didn't earn this dollar. You don't deserve it. And since we have that and how that is matriculated into this overwhelming amount of blinded arrogance, we don't even say thank you. Because when you've had to earn something for so long, you realize that when someone gives you something, thank you. I appreciate it. Because no one can make it by themselves. But if you don't want it, then why should I want it for you?
Oh, oh, oh,
Because
oh,
because the
oh.
harsh reality is life. Things are not going to be in your hand.
Ooh, ooh.
But if it's in your reach, you need to go over there and go get it.
You need an offering, Don. You need an
And
offering.
we don't want that. If we're talking about this generation, we don't want that.
That's
That's
right.
not what we want. And we have such arrogance
Yes.
until we're not able to start with a small amount. We're not able to start with the seed. I'm using Eagle Eye Network as an example. Let's say he starts with one camera, or he starts in a warehouse. They're not willing to start like that. They've got to start on the level of a CVS. They got to
Oh,
start on the level
no,
of
no, no, no.
something large and grand. And
Ooh,
because
ooh.
because that's what
You're
they
going
see on
high,
social
big
media,
brother.
but that's not real life. That's the
Right.
You're
fantasy.
going high,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
This
Ooh,
is real life. Real life is
ooh,
sweat investment.
Yes, sir.
And the
ooh.
ground is not going to yield anything that your sweat hadn't fallen toward.
Uh-huh. Come
Well,
on
you
now.
got a word tonight, brother. You got a
Hey, hey,
word,
hey,
man.
Hey, Stevens, I gotta jump in. I got you about to make me take my clothes off over here. Listen, see. I'm gonna speak from the heart. I'm gonna speak from my house. I'm gonna speak from my house. I have 6 adult kids, and they saw everything that I've done for the last 25 years. And I can tell you right now, I have two. So if my kids can hear this, I can say this out loud. I have two that I think that understands the value that I put out.
Uh,
That's my opinion, because those are my kids. So when you talk about what they see, a lot of them see a lot of things. I got a son right now say he want to be a millionaire, but he ain't doing millionaire work
uh,
because his stride, his drive. The one thing that I'll add to what you said, if they don't have no skin in the game, they don't understand.
That's right.
They don't understand at all. So when you talk about the one camera, how about just sweeping the floor? Why don't you clean this spot so we can have a good screen, a good shot? They don't want to grab the broom.
that's
The problem is we don't know how to value what we've
right.
understood and what we learned. Right now, I guarantee somebody say, "Oh, well, they're attacking us. They thinking we ain't doing." No, we trying to give you some values.
Right.
The values are gone. So I know a statement that was made about who raising the kids, who taking ownership.
Right.
Well, we all raising some kids, and we all can take some ownership. But at the end of the day, I go back to what I stated earlier
Right.
when I talked about the masses. This thing right here, we didn't have this right here when I was in high school. We had brick phones. So this we didn't have these computers that allowed us to go and say, Google, tell me what this is, and tell me what we had to use the encyclopedia, we had to use the
Right.
dictionary.
Right.
So going back to what you were saying, if you think about it, the value stopped a long time, and it's like we're not entrenching that in our homes. And I'm
Right.
saying that for all of us, not just one, but we're all guilty of it.
Right.
And if you think about it like this, going back to what BK, what you said about the dinners,
Right.
that's what they talked about at those dinners. We
Right.
don't have that. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good. I'm saying I'm looking at it from my perspective. My children are all over the place. How do I have that dinner? So sometimes we set up a group text as a family, and we try to do we're trying,
Right.
but I'm going back to I got to go back to it, brother Stevens, and I want us to work this thing out together so we can give a good word out to the masses.
Right.
How do we help continue lifting the men up
Right.
to have the men go out and lift the families up? How do we do that?
Boy. Hey,
Prayer first, my brother. Prayer. Prayer and
Okay,
seeking
we
God's
got
face.
prayer. We got prayer. Okay.
And fasting. Fasting and praying.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Now, I'm not the right person to say that to because I'm the advocate. I'm telling you now, I'm the advocate because I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna go back to my 50%. The
Yes.
50% that's not in there that don't want to hear that, they're not going to go with that, brothers,
Yes, sir.
Pastor
Yes,
Smith.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
I'm saying,
Yes, sir.
talk to me,
But
Pastor Smith.
but
How
let
do we lift them up and bring them
can
there?
let
So
can I
so
say this?
yeah,
Can
come
I
on,
drive
come
down
on.
here
We
first?
talking.
This is the harsh reality. We've got to remind our young men that it is masculine, it is strong, it is powerful to be a man of faith.
right.
We can't we that is a very masculine, powerful expression of strength to know that I can walk alone.
Right.
We don't think that's how come I don't mind. I appreciate the brothers on the panel. We can disagree. And you know why we can disagree? We can disagree because we are wise enough to understand that disagree don't mean disrespect.
Right.
That's right.
I disagree. I'm gonna disagree in a few hours when I go to work.
Right.
But disagree don't mean disrespect.
Right.
That's right.
So we've got to grab that. We've got to grab that it is a masculine expression of strength to be a man of faith,
Right.
to be a man who prays, to be a man who has that type of fortitude
Right.
and the ability to walk by yourself. Because if you haven't reached that place, that says I don't mind walking by myself, you're gonna miss this whole thing called
Yeah.
manhood first.
Yeah.
Let's because there's some paths you gotta walk it by yourself.
That's
That's
it.
You gotta
right.
be broke by yourself. You gotta cry by
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta struggle by you gotta if you're not willing to do that, come on,
Mm-hmm.
man. What are you talking about?
You got a problem here.
That is that time that's gonna test who you are.
Right.
So you gotta deal with that. But that comes from your faith.
Right.
That comes from your faith being established. That
Right.
even though physically life looks this way,
Right.
God says I'm never alone. So
Right.
we have that established.
Right.
We got that established. Now I'm gonna go right back to where I left off previously. If all I do is give Mr. Furlow and give Mr. Mack more responsibility, more responsibility, more responsibility, more responsibility, and then he goes out to carry out said responsibility, he can't carry it out, and yet he can be demonized.
Ah.
So if I have responsibility, responsibility, responsibility
Mm-hmm.
without authority, in other words, I got to give my protection without giving my direction, we
Right.
got a problem.
You got a serious problem.
Because part of my protection deals with giving you these directions.
That's right.
Sorry, period. But that part of it is not welcoming because the social programming and
Mm.
the social ideology equates that when Mr. Mack gives a directive, he's abusive and he's controlling. So we got to eradicate that mindset by faith, one step at a time.
That's it.
Amen.
That's it.
So let me throw this in there, because they are you BK. Stop. Just let me get it out. See, here's the thing. Somebody said this earlier. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right. Yes, sir.
That was that BK
So,
dude.
so Pastor Randall and Brother Stevens, that's exactly what the point I'm making. I'm glad you said it like that. But I want y'all to understand, we can bring all these kids to the water. Bring all these young men, let me say young men to the water. How do we make them drink? Because I can tell you right now, there's so many of them out here that fights it because they don't understand. They're running. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just understanding them. I'm understanding what I have viewed and what I've seen. And the young man that I talked to just yesterday. The thing is they're fighting the demons that they're hearing in their head. You can tell them to pray. You can even pray with them. You can pray for them. But we got to teach them how to handle. Not just because we can pray all day long, but if we don't pray without teaching, we're not helping them.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. That was what I was going to add to what you were saying. I agree with the disagreeing part, but just don't disrespect. I love you for that because I believe in disagreeing. I don't have it because you know what? Every time you do, I'm gonna go out on a tangent and say this. Every time you disagree with your wife, when y'all make up, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's lovely. But
He
but
can't
but
help
but,
it.
but we have to disagree in order to learn how to agree. We don't want to use the word compromise because people sometimes compromise and they in the back of their mind they lying to themselves.
Right.
I want to agree with you and understand what you're saying. So I agree with both of y'all. Prayer, fasting, I agree with that. But we have to learn how to teach them how to do those things. That's an opinion
All right.
that I've learned over the years with my own children.
Right.
I'm just saying it like that. And they're listen, age 36 to 24. So I'm all in there.
You know what Jesus said?
Come
Jesus
on.
said it like this: Whosoever will, ain't that right, Pastor Smith?
Let
Whosoever
him come.
will, let him come.
Let
Yes,
him
sir.
come.
Period. If hey, listen, man, I can't. If if life hasn't made your life so dry that now you're thirsty for this, because I'm gonna tell you this. I have a friend of mine. His mother was a single mother, and he had some transitions and going through a lot of crazy stuff. And he said, "The streets is all I know. The streets is all I know." And his mom told him, "The streets is all you want to know.
Yeah.
Amen.
Whosoever will,
Let them.
let him
Let
come."
him come.
He said, "Come freely and drink. have no money. Come, you can drink from the water. Because here is what's interesting. God says, if
Mm-hmm.
a man purposes in his heart to do good,
Right.
I'll bring that to pass.
Right.
If he purposes in his heart to do good, I'll bring that to pass.
Right.
So the challenge is not what we can do.
Right.
My job is to present. I'm gonna
Right.
cook the food. If you're hungry, it's available.
Right.
That is every day of the week. I do
Right.
it in my class all the time. It doesn't offend me. I don't take it personal.
Right.
It's
That's
not
right.
personal.
That's
I
it.
understand. I respect it. You don't want, okay, cool. You don't want what I'm teaching. Okay, you don't want this, cool. But here is the challenge. Here is the challenge. When you do get hungry, that food's still there.
It ain't with nowhere. It's still
Now,
right
now, 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 I hate when people say, I know from experience. I know you know from experience. I see all them knots in your head. I know you know from the experience because child support been busting in your mouth. I
Yes,
know
sir.
you know from experience because she done busting windows out your car.
Yes,
there.
I
sir.
know you know from experience. I see the experience. How about those? See, that's what we don't want.
Yeah. Right.
Listen, a pound of prevention
Right.
will beat a pound of cure any day.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Man, brothers, y'all hitting it deep, man. I commend you all.
They didn't plot the farm tonight.
I tell
Man,
you
tell me
what.
about it.
I
And
tell
part
you
the
what.
farm.
I tell you this, but we out
Oh,
of
man.
time.
Oh, man, for real, doctor?
We out of time. So on next week, Thursday, uh,
Mhm.
we know that this won't be a slack jaw. This was a nice show, but it was slack jaw. And this was just getting our feet wet. But on next week,
Mhm.
we coming in the door with some heavy, heavy topics. And our response will be a much quicker on next week. It will be much quicker and swift on next week. Will be move better. I want to let each and every last one of you know I enjoyed you on tonight. But we enjoyed you, and we thank the audience for joining in with us tonight. And we thank you for taking the time out to watching the Unmasked Men's Round Table. We want to thank you for that. And we're going now. We're getting ready to exit. And remember, join us on next week. We'll be much clearer. We'll be much better. This is our first round, so we're going to have some hoops and some goof here. That's okay. Next week is going to be ironed out to the match, and we're going to give you the best quality that we can give you from our station. So we thank you again. We thank all of these gentlemen, to the hosts and to the commentaries, each and every last one of you for attending on tonight, and we're going to sign off as of now. Have a good night. God bless you. Be blessed until we meet again.
Men's Roundtable Talk thanks you for joining this broadcast. We hope you have enjoyed today's broadcast. You can write Men's Roundtable Talk at EFI Networks at gmail.com or 832-391-0157. We look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, take care of each other.